All right, Dan, it's all yours.
Okay, well, I'm super psyched to be here this morning. And also just to be around other people who are either brand new to just the world of nutrition or nutrigenomics, or just feeling really good. Something I've been passionate about since I can remember reading niacin and riboflavin on the back side of my Post cereal when I was a kid. So I just really dork out about nutrition and helping people feel better. I'm a deep tissue massage therapist, have been for 20 years. And recently I've been coaching other people into wellness. I'm also a health coach through Institute of Integrative Nutrition for the last 7 or 8 years. I love doing that. And so really layering on different approaches of how I can help somebody get better, feel better, so they could do more things that they love to do. So when I found out about this opportunity with LifeVantage and their crazy amazing products, and I've been into products of, I do green fruit smoothies and all these kinds of things for a long, long time. And I just never heard of this one particular technology that's super simple and based in nature, but mixing nature and science in a way that just makes total sense. And both myself and Valerie have been on these products since October. And I'm loving how I feel with it. And certainly when I met first Laura, who first introduced me, who we can't see her face, but she's here listening. And then Tanya a couple months later at a convention. I was just so psyched. All the people have been super supportive. And that was like the next level of what I wanted in my life, was to be able to be collaborating with people who are on a similar page and were really, really wanting to add more value into the world and lift each other up. Like, I've been a solopreneur for, like I said, 20 years, and I'm really good at that, but I really want to help other people, uplift other people and do that in collaboration. And I didn't know it was really possible. And now it's like not just possible, it's totally happening. So I'm excited to branch out even more. And Tanya's been with this company LifeVantage for, like you just said, 11 years, and she's a wealth of information and a total powerhouse. And I'm just excited to learn more this morning myself. This is the first time I'm doing this.
Wow, I love it. Yes, so excited. Hi, everybody. Yeah, my name's Tanya Sheldon. I'm in Boise, Idaho, just outside of Boise, Idaho in Meridian. And I am so grateful that Dan said yes to this, because he just lights up a room. His energy is electric and you just love being around him. So just be so grateful that he thought enough of you to invite you here today, because I know that he does that from his heart, and he truly wants to spread the word and share this message of just better health and better functional health for our bodies. So I'm going to share my screen with you so you have a PowerPoint to kind of go along with. It's just to give you a good visual as we go along. I know sometimes that really helps. So the company, again, is called LifeVantage. This was introduced to me. Oh, real quick, I'm going to let someone else in. Awesome. Okay, so this company was introduced to me in 2011. And in the point of 2011, I was a stay-at-home mom, and I was looking for my purpose outside of being a wife and a mother. I just really knew, I believed that I was put on this earth for a really big purpose, and I was eager to find that. And I believed that it was going to be in this kind of a model, because I knew enough to know that you have to help a lot of people in order to succeed with this. And that's what I wanted to do, is I just wanted to help people. I was also very insecure, and I was very shy, and I was always in my head, and I just was ready to kind of peel back the layers of the onion and discover all that I could be. And I knew I could do it through this model. I just needed to find the right vehicle in order to do it. At the same time, I had a husband that was very sick. He had gout, high blood pressure, high triglycerides. He'd been diagnosed as a type 2 diabetic. He did not look unhealthy, and he was biking all the time. We were eating healthy. We were trying all the things to get him well, but nothing seemed to be working for him. And it was very frustrating. He had high blood pressure and heart disease in his family. And it almost seemed like all the odds and his genes maybe were against him, until this was introduced to me. And my girlfriend shared with me an ABC investigative report. And if you want to see that, we'll make sure that Dan gets that to you. But in this ABC investigative report, they interviewed a researcher and scientist that basically discovered that our body has an enzyme that can produce antioxidants. And he went about trying to find a way to activate those enzymes so that our body could continue to produce antioxidants as we age. And he did that. He did it by blending 5 plants together and formulated our very first product called Protandim. So ABC News went in and did a blood test, and they found that when they took the blood of John Quinones, after 2 weeks of being on the product, his blood level or his oxidative stress levels were down by 45%. And then they found after 30 days, they couldn't distinguish the blood between an 80-year-old and a 20-year-old. And I was like, that's amazing. And rather than even thinking of myself, I was a healthy individual. I thought, my husband needs this. But he was not interested. He was so skeptical. He thought he'd exhausted all options. So I ordered it anyway behind his back. And I told him, I said, this is plant-based. It's not going to hurt you. Nothing else is working. Just try it. And it was the one thing that completely changed his life. And I'll tell you a little bit about more about that story as we go along. So what's happening today, and I'm sure all of you on this Zoom know this, especially if you know Dan too, but there's 85,000 chemicals that have been introduced since the Industrial Revolution. There's a lot of things in our world and in our environment today that are changing, and a lot of them are uncontrollables. We cannot control these issues, whether it's in our food and water, our environment, personally, or through technology. And those things are actually dimming the lights in our body. They're not helping our bodies function optimally. So our bodies need help, and we have to eat well. We have to exercise. We have to do all those fundamental things. But many times what this causes is a decreased immune system, brain fog, sluggishness, bad mood, lack of motivation, increased stress, and sometimes even fatigue. I'm just going to make sure. There we go. Okay, so I'm sure if we've not felt this ourselves, all of us know somebody that goes through things like this. And these are common symptoms that a lot of people are dealing with today. So what is happening when we say that our lights are dimming is within the cells of our body, we have higher oxidative stress levels. Our mitochondria is lower, it's not functioning optimally, and we have a decline in sirtuin activity. So we're going to go through those here real quickly. So science discovered that our genes contain incredible abilities to keep our bodies healthy, but sometimes we just need to flip the switch in our body. Consider the gene like a light switch, and if we can flip it on where it's functioning optimally, then we can really do amazing things. And like Dan said, just feel even better than we thought we could before. So oxidative stress, I had no idea what that was. I love the fact that Dan, even from a young child, was looking at the ingredients on the back of the cereal box. I was just eating the cereal. I was not a health and wellness girl at all. I grew up in South Dakota, and it was just not on my radar. So I am so grateful I've been equipped with this information. And I just love that we get to share it with the masses. So oxidative stress, it damages the integrity of our cells. And our body does have a natural defense mechanism, and that is to produce antioxidants to maintain the health of our cell. But because of the aging process, our body's ability to make those production of antioxidant enzymes, it decreases over time. So again, this researcher and scientist, after 2 years, starting with 40 herbs, he came down to 5. And those 5, when blended together, he found the perfect synergistic effect that allowed a pathway in our body called Nrf1 to open up and then trigger and flip the switch on our antioxidant enzymes that allows our body to then reduce oxidative stress. So this is called Protandim Nrf1. It's the flagship product that started our company. And again, ABC News did that investigative report. After they did the investigative report, there were researchers and scientists all over the world that said, if your product does what you say it's going to do, and it lowers oxidative stress, we want to study that with other disease states. Because if you were to go to a site called pubmed.gov and you typed in oxidative stress, when I did that in 2011, there were about 80,000 studies at the time. If you do that today, there's over 300,000 studies. Oxidative stress is not good, and high levels of it in the body are linked to hundreds of different diseases. Now, one of the studies that came after the ABC report was done by Washington State University. So they are studying the transcription factor Nrf2, which is what Protandim Nrf2 triggers in the body to activate those antioxidant enzymes. And they say that Nrf2 is likely to be the most important health promoting approach in the foreseeable future and may become the most extraordinary breakthrough in the history of health. This is not something that LifeVantage did. This is something that an outside third party did at Washington State University. This is something that grabbed my attention as well, because I was a healthy individual when this came into my life. I was taking a multivitamin. I didn't research it. I really didn't know what it was doing for me. I just thought it was something I should be doing. But when I went to this site, PubMed, and I typed in oxidative stress, I continued to type in everything I could think of that had affected my family history. And when I did that, it didn't say no results found. It brought up studies linking oxidative stress to those things in my family history. So for me, it just became a no-brainer. Why would I not invest in this one pill a day for the rest of my life if it has the ability, like they say, clinically proven to reduce oxidative stress that's linked to everything in my family history? It's been over 11 years, almost 11 years that I've taken this, and I will never, ever stop. It's an investment for me. It's part of my insurance plan, honestly, to keep me healthy. So antioxidant production as we age, it goes down. That's just naturally what happens with aging. But with Protandim Nrf2, taking one a day, this is what you're seeing with the antioxidant production in your body's cells. So this is the site PubMed. And what you're going to see here on this screen are the different institutions and universities that have studied the product Protandim Nrf2. This is a really important thing, because for a full product that is plant-based, to have peer-reviewed clinical studies on PubMed, that is not a normal thing. Many times you'll find studies on ingredients, but to find studies on a product as a whole, as far as I still know, Protandim Nrf2 and the research is so far ahead of the curve. And we've even been studied by the American Heart Association. As far as I know, we're the only plant-based product to ever be supported by them, and the American Aging Association. So it's a really special product, and it's something I believe everybody should make a part of their health strategy. Next, we began to look at switches for mitochondria and then sirtuin activity. So mitochondria, it's the powerhouse of the cell. It's the energy source of our cell. It's important that we have that. And our body, again, has a natural defense. So the body is going to constantly fix, remove the damaged mitochondria, and then produce new mitochondria. But again, because of the aging process, our body's ability to do that declines over time. And when you have low levels of mitochondria, that is linked to many different neurological conditions as well. So it's really important that we find ways to also flip that switch in our body and get the mitochondria working the way that's supposed to. So we created Protandim Nrf1. Nrf1 is that pathway that is responsible for the gene expression of mitochondrial production. So Protandim Nrf1 increases production of the Nrf1 genes by nearly 70%. And when you do that, you're putting that energy source back into the cells of your body. And don't we want our cells to have the energy that they need, to have the movement freely that they need, and just work as efficiently as they possibly can? And then we have sirtuin decline. Many times when you do intermittent fasting, that's what you're doing, is you're upregulating the sirtuin activity in your body. Now, sirtuins are regulated by something called NAD. I'm sure you guys have heard of this. NAD, I didn't know what that was, but there's so much research out there. And many people are trying to upregulate their NAD through infusions. It costs hundreds of dollars, sometimes thousands of dollars. We're doing that through Protandim NAD. So again, our body has a natural defense. It wants to constantly activate sirtuins and produce new sirtuins. I call them garbage men. They're there to get rid of the gunk and to help keep our cells youthful. But again, because of the aging process, because of our environment, that ability of our cells to do that, it declines over time. But with Protandim NAD, we're flipping that switch through a blend of herbs. And now we are increasing your sirtuin activity by 100% in 24 hours. Phenomenal. This product, these products together, I'm going to show you what they do together. When you can upregulate your sirtuin activity, get your mitochondria doing what it's supposed to, lowering your oxidative stress, that is called our Protandim Try Synergizer. These three products in combination, I believe they have saved my husband, because when he started taking these products, you guys, in 2011, like I said, he was like a walking time bomb. And Protandim Nrf1 was the one thing that finally turned things around for him, completely changed his life. And then what I saw happen over time was, I'll never forget, one day I was cleaning out our filing cabinet. We had all these insurance explanation of benefits, so many of them. And it was about 3 years later into LifeVantage that I was cleaning them out. And I looked at this and I said, Kyle, look at all of this. Look how much you were at the doctor before these products came into our life. And then they just stopped. And there were so many things on these insurance benefit explanation of benefits that I forgot he was dealing with, because he just started feeling better. It was such an eye-opening moment to me to visually see that impact in our life. But while we've been in LifeVantage, he hit one of the lowest of lows in his life. And when I think back to the old Kyle and the way his body was functioning, those valleys in his life, they probably would have caused some severe issues with his heart, with his health, all of it. But because of these products, I believe that he was able to stay healthy while he went through the toughest time of his life emotionally. And I am so grateful for that. And I'll stand by that forever. And for me, like I said, I was a healthy individual, but I want to be as proactive as I possibly can. I want my cells to get what they need, even when I can't control what's going on around me. And these products, my husband says, have made me a better person. I'm more patient. I'm more tolerant. I don't flip a switch as quickly as I did before. I just have the ability to handle life better. And I'm so grateful for that. Now, this chart is basically showing you in gray what the products do individually, but then taken together, the synergistic effect, that's what you see in the blue. And the one I like to point out is the Nrf2 gene, the healthy inflammatory response gene. It's upregulated by over 800%. That alone, I think, is just remarkable. So when you can flip the switch in your body, open those pathways, get your body's that functional health doing what it's supposed to, now we're supporting positive mood, motivation, supporting healthy longevity, improves mental focus and concentration, boosts mental and physical energy, supports that healthy inflammatory response and the healthy vascular system. And I'm telling you, I've seen this over and over again. And it's not always something that people are going to feel right away, but my goodness, when life hits later in life and you've been equipped with these products, your body just has the ability to handle those stressors that much better. Not only emotionally like my husband, but sometimes physically as well. It's just phenomenal what these products have been doing in people's lives. So the Protandim Try Synergizer, the products are sold individually, or they also come in a stack, and you can get them in bottle form or in just little packets so you can take on the go. And it's less than $5 a day to flip the switch and activate those cells in your body. So we have 2 more slides for this portion real quick, and then we'll wrap it up. But this is on, this is showing the rest of the product line that we have. And again, LifeVantage stands beside just being in the functional health space from your hair to your cells. We have gut products. We have a probiotic, a prebiotic. We have pet tandem. Sometimes people will pay more for their pets than they do for themselves. You know, people like that, right? So when we launched Protandim in the beginning, people were giving the human product to their pets. And amazing stories came from that. You know, that's not a placebo when you see it happening in your animals. So they then produced Protandim for dogs called Pet Tandem, nickel-sized chicken bacon flavor, reduces oxidative stress. We have a beautiful omega. It's very pure source. Doesn't have that fishy aftertaste. You can even bite into it and chew it. Got a lemon lime flavor. The prebiotic and the daily wellness that you see on this screen, they're in tubs and they come with a little scoop that you put in water. They both have kind of like a berry taste to them. I mix the prebiotic and the daily wellness. I love the prebiotic to kind of curb my afternoon cravings that I might have. And then the daily wellness was created for immune health. It has all the things: vitamin C, vitamin D, zinc, elderberry, and then a fermented yeast. The Daily Wellness has taken away my seasonal allergies. I love this product so much. I will see my girls starting to get a little bit sick. I'll give them some Daily Wellness, and it's amazing what I've seen this product do for people. I highly recommend it. And then the Axio in the lower left is like the greatest. This was created by an Ironman competitor. He was also a scientist, and he wanted something that would give people not the high and the low from energy drinks, but like a sustained energy that would keep them focused, keep them calm, but support positive mood, lift the brain fog. That's what Axio was created for. We see amazing results along the spectrum, but especially it's really easy to see them in children sometimes if they have a tough time with attention disorder or just focusing in school. It's done beautiful things for kids. And then again, our Protandim products. And then this slide wraps up the products that we have. This is our True Science line, our body care line, which some of the products have CBD in them, and then our IC Bright, which is for eye health. So the True Science hair care and skin care, Dan can show you before and afters for days. We actually have a community on Facebook called Vitality Living, where you can see stories that all of these products have provided for people, and also see before and afters. The hair care is so clean. It's completely changed my hair. I thought my hair was just the way it was supposed to be based on everybody else's, but it's not how it has to be. It can be healthier. It can be better, I'm telling you. Such a clean formulation. It's received awards as well. And then we have our True Science skincare line, also super clean for you. The anti-aging cream you see on the screen here, that was the second product that we produced. And that was produced off a study that Louisiana State University did on Protandim about oxidative stress and your skin being your first line of defense. So they created the anti-aging cream. It's basically Protandim in a bottle. And that has become like the Neosporin of our household. If my girls have a scrape, a cut, a sunburn, anything, like that's the first thing that we resort to. And then the body care line, I'm sure Dan can tell you stories about that, being a massage therapist. But if you're looking for hydration, you're looking for healing abilities, you're looking for something that will just make your skin feel good, you cannot go wrong with this line. And then again, the IC Bright, for me personally, it has taken away, I don't have as many floaters as I used to. And it's really helped me with my night driving. So Dan has a site, and on his site, you can see everything you need to see about all of these products individually, but then you also can formulate your own stack to help save money. He can share with you all about that as well. But we have different stacks based on different areas of people's health that maybe they're looking to enhance that can give them savings along the way. So I'm going to wrap up the end of this real quickly and talk to you about the opportunity that comes with LifeVantage. And I know sometimes this can be where people like, oh, here she goes, right? But I believe people talk about their health very openly, but we don't always talk about our finances. And when this came into my life, I had sick people in my life I wanted to help, but I was really praying and searching for something to bring in more financial health to our family so that we could just have more options. And I have done many of these businesses before, but I never was educated on what to look for to make it something that was sustainable and something that was a smart investment strategy so that you could really create some passive income in your life. And the one thing about LifeVantage is we're a 13-year-old company, so we're above that 4-year mark where sometimes there's instability. We're debt-free, and we are publicly traded on the NASDAQ. So we have to cross our T's, dot our I's. What we say is what you're going to get. And I love that. We even have Aaron Brockovich on our board of directors. The other thing that's really beautiful about this opportunity is their trends, right? There are trends that people pay attention to, and health and wellness and people taking control of their own health, it's never going to go out of style. Every category that LifeVantage represents are billion-dollar categories individually, and we hold a really remarkable space in every one of those categories. And again, our science is so far ahead of its time that it just provides a really beautiful way to come into something where we're only a baby apple and still looking for people to join us and spread the message of what we have our hands on. And as you can see, it used to be cosmetics was at the top, and now the wellness continues to grow. And that's even an old statistic. This is a perfect meld of a business opportunity because it's a laptop lifestyle. You can do this business from anywhere in the world. We're in 25 countries only, still growing, just launched in the Philippines, and they just have been exploding. You can do it from your phone. There's an app that you can do the business from, an app as well. And again, it's a one-time investment. This is an e-commerce model where you don't have to carry inventory. You get to utilize a distribution center in other parts of the country and just set people up sharing the message of health and wellness and financial health, and then give them strategies to do so. And you do it with a one-time investment, like I said, through an e-commerce model. This is our average incomes disclosure statement. I'm just going to go through a few of these to show you the average earnings that people can make in this business model if they choose to work it, be coachable, and allow us to help them along the way. This Pro 3 rank, people are making an average of $626 a month. When I was introduced to LifeVantage, a week after I said yes, my husband was laid off. We were living in Colorado, and I was scared to death. And it was 6 months later, he found a job that took us here to Idaho. And at that time, I was this Pro 3. And the income that I was making, it was around $400 to $500 at that time. We were so grateful for that income because it closed the gap on the pay decrease that my husband took by moving us to Idaho. It was a complete saving grace for us. And I had so much pride in the fact that I did it by helping people, and it helped our family to make the move we needed to make. And then you have the Premier Pro 5 rank. This is on average, people are making about $3,000 a month. This is a rank that I was at when my husband reached like the lowest of lows. And I had to be there for my family at that time. I had to show up for them. And it was hard to show up to do work with LifeVantage. But you know what? Even though I wasn't able to show up for LifeVantage, I didn't have to ask for time off. I didn't have to check in with anybody. I was able to prioritize my family, and this passive income every single month continued to come in. And that gave us such a peace of mind that we had that foundation. And then we have our elite ranks where you're making about 5 figures on average. And you can get paid up to 7 different ways in this company. There's ways to get paid weekly. If you get to certain ranks, you can get paid daily. And then there's ways to also partake in all the new income that comes in every month off of new global sales. So we have this global sharing program that certain ranks can partake in. And what that makes and creates is this beautiful community of people all over the world that truly are in it together collectively. It's not my team, your team. It's just a beautiful blend of people that all want to help one another. So the packs that we have to get started with LifeVantage, there's 2 of them. There's a Premier Pack and Elite Pack. They both come with that start kit that you see on the side. They're about 90% in products that you're going to get. It's the biggest discount that we have for our packs. Sometimes people will get these even if they just want to stay a customer because of the savings that you get. With the Elite Pack, you get into LifeVantage for less than $1,000, $999. You're also getting, with both packs, your e-commerce site, you're getting training, you're getting the support of us. You're getting the app for free. And then with the Elite Pack as well, you also get a year's worth of training for free and a ticket to our next big event that's going to be taking place. So can you do this? You know what? I was joking before we started this that I would be the one to dumb this down for everyone coming on here, because I know how smart so many of you are and how educated you are when it comes to health and wellness. And anyone can do this. It just is a matter of having a burning desire. I think the products are for everyone. I know the business isn't, right? But I also know that if somebody has a burning desire to change their life, or they want to leave some kind of a legacy for their family, or they would really like to have that plan B, to have extra passive income coming in for when life hits, and it will give them peace of mind, This is something that we all can do because you have the support of us. No one has to come in and do what I'm doing right away. That's why Laura and I showed up today on Dan's behalf. It is like an honor and so fun to be able to do this on behalf of other people while Dan continues to learn and earn along the way and grow himself so that one day he can be doing this for his team. And I know that's his goal. So ITT, that's the system that we're using. That's how you grow the business. I is inviting people to take a look at something you're excited about. T is tool. That's utilizing something like this through Zoom where we can share with them a PowerPoint and educate them on information. And T is for team, the most important aspect. People showing up for you, having a community that's going to support you along the way. So where do you go from here? Dan knows that you're here supporting him, and he's so grateful for that. And he's going to be following up with all of you just to say, what did you think about it? What can I do for you? How can I help you? And you might be like, I'm good. And that's okay, right? Just let him know so that he has a peace of mind that he did his part. You did your part by showing up and supporting him or watching this playback. And just let him know either way. Or maybe you're wanting more information. If you want more information, like I said, we have so many resources. We can direct you to the science. If you love science, we can direct you to his website where you can see everything about the products and show you that ABC report as well, or even into our community on Facebook so you can see the stories of other people. Maybe you heard enough to where you're ready to become a customer. You're ready to start some of the products. Let Dan know kind of what you're intrigued with, maybe where you want to enhance your health, and he can either pick a stack that's already put together for you or put some products together for you into a cart, send you the cart, and all you have to do is check out. Very simple process. Or maybe you want to join us in this mission. It is a mission. It's a multi-level mission, I am telling you, to share the word of functional health, of biohacking yourself, and we need more people to do it. We are a $225 million company a year, and we are on our way to becoming that billion-dollar company. We all know it. We all believe it. We have the corporate staff to do it, but we need people along with us. So honestly, the timing, it's so fun and it's so perfect because we have yet to really take off on that trajectory. So I'm going to stop my screen. There we go. That took a little bit. See, anybody can do this. I told you guys, anyone can do it. So Dan, I'm going to turn it back to you. You can say your closing remarks and we'll wrap it up.
All right, I'm unmuting myself. Well, thank you so much, Tanya. Just there's really need to be not only I've done a lot of some training now in learning more about the products and somewhat about the business and and so it's neat to be part of our own little group here and see what actually, every single person. That's what I love about people and coaching and giving great information. Every single person does it a little bit different. Mm-hmm. And so, and some of these products too, like for me, Tanya mentioned the IC Bright, and it wasn't even something that I had heard of before. They just came out with it. And I had like this, she mentioned night driving, and I'm like, what's going on? I'm having this like really bright thing going on in my eye, and even at night, like in the house. And anyway, I'm like huge into this product, like just because it works. Like I don't even care what's in it, but I'm psyched that it's supernatural. Like Valerie could tell you, like she was like, oh God, it's really, really bright. And now that I know a bit more about the science and knowing that I do, like I take the Try Synergizer, at this point, I'm like dabbling and trying different things and seeing what works for me. And last night we just had a really great 20% off sale. So I bought a bunch of like body butter stuff, and I'm just like being like a product of the product. Like if you don't walk your talk, like it just doesn't make a difference whether it's this business or anything else. So I feel like everybody here who's on here is like, they're already into health and wellness, and so am I in a big time way. And it's always fun finding out more information and using things that work for us. And then for me, the bigger part right now is just collaborating with really awesome people. And I've got a bigger mission at this point. Like I really want to collaborate with a lot of wellness practitioners to build their passive income on the side. Because as that like one-on-one, hour to hour, I've been doing that for a long, long time, and I love it, and I will continue to do it. but it's awesome. Like when I wake up in the morning and there's like an extra $100, or, you know, like I've been able to pay for all my products and a couple like conventions, like that's just, that in of itself is awesome. And to see where it's going is even better. And it's more about the impact of, you know, joining forces with other people who are on a similar health biohacking mission. Like that's, I think the money just comes as a side effect of what we offer, the value we give. So
Absolutely.
I really appreciate everybody being here. It's thank you. It feels very
and just remember, you know, if Tanya's a little too layman's for you, we have Science for Days that we can share with you. We have, you know, other opportunity presentations like this that have been done. There's many health practitioners that are a part of LifeVantage because of what they've seen the products do for other people. And we can just direct you accordingly. Don't worry about that. There's just so many resources and so many people that you could even talk to directly if you wanted to do that. So I appreciate you all being here.
I love that. So Tanya and I got to meet in Orlando just about a month and a half, 2 months ago now. And I got to sit in the morning. It was like a 7 a.m. morning meeting with his scientific advisory board. We're all like the brainiac dorks like me who love this stuff. And I got to hear from some of the like product developers and like people who, you know, are completely in allopathic medicine, but then have transformed into more nature-based, but they're just wanting things that work. And it was also an honor to, out of 1,000 people, there was maybe like 60 of us in the morning, just really listening to the hardcore science. And so I know that most people aren't into that, but if you are, it's like, there's a lot of really gritty material as well.
Love it.
And, yeah.
Gritty. You have the best words always.
Thank you.
Oh, good. All right. Well, Dan, you have a wonderful day. I'm so proud of you. Thank you, everyone, for showing up here today. And again, if you need anything, come to Dan, and you've got us here too to support you and help you too. So
super. Thanks so much
weekend.
again, Tanya. And I'm going to be still seeing Lillian just a little bit. And